video is going to walk you through some ideas from Chapter 2 of my book called The Heresy of Heresies, a defense of Christian common sense realism. This came out a couple years ago. This is the path to existence, called the exterior path to existence, a sense experience. So I'm going to read a little bit and comment a little bit, comment a lot probably, more commentary than reading. So here I'll just read this first paragraph here. I arrive at the beach. I feel the cool, wet sand at my feet. I taste the saltiness of the ocean water on my lips. I hear the sound of crashing surf. I smell the freshness of the sea air. I see waves breaking offshore. These things are real. Every person knows what is real from ordinary common sense experiences like these. They also tell us more. These physical sensory experiences tell us about the nature of reality itself, about its existence itself. So, Dallas Willard once wrote in his little work called Phenomenolgy and Metaphysics, he said, such basic ontological questions as those about the distinction between existence and non-existence are thoroughly worked out in the course of the basic descriptive work of phenomenology and as the descriptive theory of essences of experiences. So in this chapter, what I'm doing is some descriptive work about the nature of existence from our common sense experiences. I'm going to read that quotation from Dallas Willard again. Okay, so again, this is from his paper. And you can find his paper online at dwillard.org. Pretty sure that that website still has almost all of his published and unpublished work available for you to read. So maybe just a little bit about Dallas Willard. I was one of his students at the University of Southern California back in the day, in the 1900s, as my kids like to say. And he had a tremendous influence on this book. In fact, I thank him at the beginning of the book. So he and another professor named J.P. Moreland, who was also a student of Willard's from USC, those two thinkers have had a tremendous impact on me, and a lot of the ideas in this book come from them. So here's Willard's quotation again. Just do it again and I'll talk about it. Such basic ontological questions as those about the distinction between existence and non-existence are thoroughly worked out in the course of the basic descriptive work of phenomenology. Okay, so again, let me just parse that out a little bit. So one of the major questions of philosophy is, what is existence? Right? That's the whole discipline of ontology. Ontology is the study of being. Throw the T in there. Is the study of being. So if you're an ontologist, you study the nature of being or reality. So one of the major questions of ontology is, what is existence, or what is it for things to exist? It's kind of those are two related questions. What is existence itself, and what is it for things to exist, or any entity? Use the word thing to mean anything that has existence or is existing. So this is a basic ontological question. What is existence and non-existence? Right? What is it for something to exist or to not exist? Right? So now, on Willard's view, to work out those, to answer that question of what is existence, he says it has to be worked out in the course of descriptive work of phenomenology. So it's descriptive work. To start answering questions about the nature of existence, you have to work out a description of it. You don't start with an abstract definition or some kind of idea you just pull out of thin air. You don't just grab something out of thin air and here's my view of existence, right? You start with common sense experiences. And from those experiences, then you begin to patiently and slowly describe those experiences and how you got to them. By what means did you get there? Okay, so now if you're wondering what the word phenomenology means, literally it means something like the way things appear in our experiences. Okay, so phenomenology is literally, it means the study of phenomena. And a phenomena is a an appearance in terms of sense experience, an ordinary direct awareness of things as they appear to us in our experiences. Okay, so this is a basic descriptive work of phenomenology. What is that? Back to Willard's quotation: the descriptive theory of the essences of experiences. Okay, so now the essence of experiences is maybe ambiguous, that locution, essences of experiences. It could mean the essence of the experience itself. So if I'm having an experience of, say, pain, like I have a pain in my finger or in my ear or my cheek or something, and I describe the essence of that experience, what I'm talking about is my experience, not something else. But the phrase essence of experience could mean the essences that I'm aware of when I experience something. So if I experience a tree, this one behind me, or water, when I have an experience of that thing, I'm aware of an essence of that thing in the experience. Now, so in my discussion, I mean mostly the latter part of that. That is, when we come to talk about the nature of existence itself, we do that from a description of what we find in the experiences through our senses that we actually have. And when we do that, and I'll walk you through this process in the next video or two. When we do that, then we come to grasp what the nature of reality is, and not really before. It occurs. No, of course, you can know what the nature of reality is. You know that things exist. You know that things are real. That's not deniable by any common sense philosopher. That's just kind of obvious, right? And that's why sometimes people say, "Well, what do you need the philosopher for?" We already know that things are real. Just look around, right? And I totally agree with that. But what philosophy can do by patiently examining descriptive work phenomenologically, we come to an awareness of the essences of things that we do experience, and with a little bit of philosophical reflection on those experiences, we come to grasp what it is for things to exist, as well as the nature of existence itself. So that's kind of where we're going with this, right? This is a kind of a slow process, but I think that idea from Dallas is right. So in this chapter, we're going to do some basic descriptive work about the nature of existence from the essence of common sense experience. That's kind of where we're headed. Okay, so stay tuned. In the next video, I'm going to walk you through some like where I get these ideas from, and then we'll look at it's kind of a stepwise process, 4 steps that anyone can go through. No special equipment is required in order to grasp the nature of what's real. Okay, so if you're enjoying this video, please subscribe and like. In the previous video, I talked a little bit about why that's good. Not just good for something, but maybe intrinsically good. So you need to go back and watch that video, because it's kind of well, it goes roughly something like this. So if what I'm saying here is true, and if truth and goodness are coextensive, then liking something is promoting what is good and true. And if good, truth, and beauty are all the same in reality, then liking and subscribing is beautiful. So by liking and subscribing, you are making the world beautiful. Thanks so much.
Stay psyched, Grom. You.